All right. We're going to go ahead and let us know where you're tuning in from. We're going to mute the lines out. Maybe we already have. I think we have. We good to go. All right. Thanks, Anthony. Good to see everybody this morning. Happy Tuesday. Coming live from the side of the road. So hopefully you can hear me okay. My AirPods for some reason was not connecting, and it's like, okay, we're going to go there this morning. So I'll talk loud where you can hear me. And Andrea is actually on her way back this morning from Oxford, Mississippi, where she was with a host of people last night. So she sent me a message and said, okay, I've went into a bad service area. So I said, hey, we got this. We got this. So the word for today is navigate. Navigate. And for everybody, if you're just tuning in this week, it's words that start with an N. And so navigate, I looked at, and it was, you wouldn't think it would be that difficult, but it was a difficult word to kind of bring together for what we're going to talk about this morning. So I'm going to try to do it justice. If you look at the definition, it's plan and direct the route or course. Plan or direct the route or course. And then I kind of dove into other words to help me out. Other words for navigate. Words like pilot, direct, steer, handle, guide. All words that were similar to navigate. I came across a quote by Reid Hoffman that says, everything in life has some risk. And what you have to actually learn to do is you got to learn how to navigate. So that kind of sent me through a path, and I thought about it, and I thought my own personal journey. You know, I see Bill sailing on this morning. I remember when I left education, I left being a high school principal and an athletic director. I'd been a head football coach, and I went into the world of network marketing for the first time, full time, like giving up retirement, giving up insurance, giving up all those safety net things and going out. And I remember feeling the risk. Have you ever been there? Maybe, obviously not my deal, but you probably had your own deal where you stepped out into this land of uncomfortable, you know. And I waited to go full time until I was earning pretty good income in the network marketing industry, but it was still scary. It was still living. It was leaving a familiar territory to go somewhere unfamiliar. Now I got to employ myself. Now nobody else is going to tell me that, hey, you got to go to work today. Hey, you got to be in at 8 o'clock. I get to set my own hours. That's good and bad because nobody's telling you, you got to put in any time today if you're employing yourself. And so there was a lot of risk. And I remember, and this is where I went this morning, and maybe this will hit somebody where you need it. I went to navigating in the business world. Like, it involves, I think back and I'm like, when I went into and flipped the gear into business and running my own business, I had to start strategically creating decisions, like strategically, strategy wise. I couldn't worry about what Anthony was doing. I had to strategically do what Brent Palmer was doing because I'm in business for myself. Doesn't matter what Arlene's doing. It matters what I'm doing, right? I had to learn to strategically do things for myself in my business. I had to learn to set goals. I had to set goals, and I had to start charting a course of action. Like, where am I going? Because now I'm employed, and there's no retirement when you're self-employed. Like, you got to create your own retirement. you know, and there was a lot of different things. There was a lot of risk involved. And so I wrote down a couple of things that maybe wherever you're at today, I know a lot of you's in the network marketing industry like I am. Maybe you're not full time, maybe you are, but maybe this will help you. And I listed some things that I thought was important when you're running your own business. Number one is you got to have your own vision and goals. Like, again, you can align with the company, but you got to have your own. You got to have your own vision for where you're going. So you got to define that. You got to set clear, measurable goals. Where do you want to be this month? Where do you want to be next month, 6 months? Number two, you got to understand and create some market research, meaning like you got to understand our target market. A lot of you's in the health and wellness industry. Like that's what you're doing. You're helping the world create better health in their life. So you got to understand the target market of who we're after. You got to research it. You got to understand the customer needs, the industry trends. Where's the trends going? Even you got to understand even the competitors. Like, what are they doing? How can I learn from them? Another thing that I thought about is number three, SWOT analysis. How many of you've ever heard of that? SWOT analysis. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So you kind of got to focus around the SWOT analysis. And what that'll do is it'll let you know areas that you need to improve upon, right? Some of you might be scared to death to speak on stage, right? That might be a weakness of yours. So the SWOT analysis will help you figure out what your strengths, what your weaknesses, and what you need to improve upon. It's funny how you start to do this, like when you're on the road and everybody comes in all at once with big trucks and okay. I thought about this, like my mentor taught me, you got to plan your work and then work your plan. What's your plan right now for your business? Like if you're navigating your business right now, what's your plan? If you were to sit down with somebody, what does that look like? Do you have a plan? And are you working that plan? And then my other thing, my fifth thing was team building. I want to surround myself with people that have that have similar visions and beliefs and that just like me. Have you ever tried to do business with somebody that just was polar opposite, that did not have your beliefs, your visions, your goals? You know, it's not near as fun as finding that magnetic force out there that believe like you believe and have the vision like you have. And so in team building, once I identify my vision and identify my goals, then I can start to build a strong community of people that identify with me. The last thing I want to share with you this morning, I'll probably end early, is networking and collaboration. It was probably one of my biggest gifts given to me when I left education. I was told, now that you're employing yourself, now that you're full time, now that nobody's going to tell you, you got to wake up today and do this and do that, you got to get excited about every day networking and collaborating with people. Take a meeting for what you can learn, not just for what you can earn. It changed my life. It changed my life that I get to go through the day and I get to connect with people. I get to have conversations with people. I get to go to lunch with people. I get to listen at what they're excited about, listen at what they're doing. And I never know where that's going to lead. It might lead in my business. It might lead to future business. It might not lead to any business, but just a phenomenal relationship that down the road I lean on for something that's going on in my life, you know? And that's where I believe people of wisdom say your net worth is made up of your network. It's your network. And so when you really start realizing what we get to do every day, we're out just building that network through collaboration with people bigger and bigger and bigger. We get that opportunity. And so I think when I come back to navigate, it's like if I start applying principles like this that helps me navigate my business, I can effectively steer, if you will, my business towards success. A lot of people think they have no control. They just got to go put into where they have no control. I think we have a lot of control to building a successful business. It's just applying those half a dozen things that really, really matter that create that navigation to a successful business. So again, it was a difficult one this morning, but I hope maybe you got something from it. Just one little something. It was worth doing. So guys, we appreciate you. We love you. And we'll see you back on Wednesday. Have a great day. See you, Rick and Jane. See you, Jim.
Hey, Coach,